here's Dale Dupree, the copier warrior and leader of the Sales Rebellion.
This is tip number 3 right here on the show. We're talking about my reason theory, which is to radically educate and share one's narrative. Today is all about the S inside of reason, which stands for story. Stories serve a purpose inside of communication. It's where we can make a meaningful impact on the conversation and draw out the individual who is entertaining our pitch. The purpose of telling a story is to help them understand that you are truly trying to build credibility while doing it differently than anybody else. And so when you give your story to a prospect, the idea is to tell your tale, be vulnerable, cause undeniable curiosity, and make the encounter feel like an adventure. Talk about what's important to you and how it applies to them and the relationship that you're going to be pursuing. A quick fact is that stories activate the entire brain and speak to your prospect on a completely different level. So let's talk about that for a second. Some science behind storytelling backs this theory up. It's quite simple. If we listen to a cold call that has the same old crap that we're used to hearing, or we see a PowerPoint presentation with boring bullet points, only certain parts of the brain get activated. They're the language processing parts of the brain, where basically you decode words into meaning, and that's it. Nothing else happens. It's why you get bored or lose attention when being presented to through slides during the Monday morning meeting at the office. But when you're being told a story, things change dramatically. Not only are the language processing parts in your brain activated, but any other areas in your brain that you would use when experiencing the events of the story. So, for example, if someone tells you about how delicious certain foods are, your sensory cortex lights up. If it's about motion, your motor cortex gets activated. A story can put your entire brain to work. Now, all of this is interesting, but why is it so important to my reason theory? Well, if we know that we can activate our prospect's brain better if we tell them stories, then the simple answer is this. A story, if broken down into its simplest form, is a connection of cause and effect. Cause and effect is how we make decisions, which is literally what you're trying to earn from your prospect, their yes decision to meet you. So remember, stories are primal and they invoke raw emotion that allows your prospect to see past the noise of the typical sales call and to better understand why they should meet with you.